So, Dorian, you saw the interview that the president did where he used the N-word. Is it possible, I mean, he didn't think about it before, he must have thought about it before he used it and planned to use it, correct?
Absolutely. So I think there's no way, there's no other way.
There's no way. So why do you think he did it?
I think he was making a dramatic point.
What's the point?
The point is the use of that word is not the measure of racial progress.
Yeah.
That is not the accurate measure. And so we can pat ourselves on the back to say, oh, well, less people are using that word now, but that's not the right measure. The right measure are the range of statistics we know, lower health outcomes, higher infant mortality rates, higher rates of incarceration. We've been talking about policing on this program for a long time. There are all these other measures that are the right measures in terms of racial progress in this country. The use of a slur of a word is not that measure.
Sort of
so he was making that dramatic point. He knew that as soon as it came out of his mouth, we would be talking about it.
Well, yeah, and obviously we, as a network, decided to bleep it, and we were sort of trying to get our arms around that as well yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure to think about that decision.
Should we have?
Just in terms of the bleeping controversy, I know our rule at the Washington Post used to be for offensive words, if the President of the United States says it, you run it, right? I mean, and that would be my view.
Why do you think he did it?
Same here.
You know, I think Dorian's right. I think he was making that point. I think that, I think, however, I frankly was not tremendously impressed with the whole podcast interview. It seemed really a bit rambling and discursive. Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was one of the best interviews ever conducted that Obama participated in.
Well, there you go. So, I mean, that's and I talked to somebody else.
And then Barnicle.
Why do you think it was rambling?
This is, you know, Charleston was a big deal. This is a big moment. And so I guess what I'm waiting for, and maybe I'm waiting for the funeral on Friday, but what I'm waiting for is for the president in the way that he can to not just address the issue, not just tell us what has happened and where we've been, but actually point a way forward. And you know, sure, the powers of the president are limited, and he can't change the world in a snap of a finger. But in fact, he's the most powerful man in the United States, in the world, and he's very smart. And so I guess I'm waiting for the more complete, organized, focused.
Right. So, Mike,
talk that I anticipate he'll give on Friday.
Yeah.
I liked it very much because I thought, just given the setting in Marc Maron's garage in East L.A., I think Marc Maron was able to get President Obama to edge closer and closer and closer to who he really is. If you listen to that interview, you get the impression that using that word, that he has used it before in private conversation, in just the way that Dorian pointed out.
Taking the power away from it.
And he said in the interview, he said, I am now fearless. I'm not running anymore. He said, I am fearless. And he went on to say, and if you listen to it again, what he's really saying is, hey, America, do you not think, white people, do you not think that black people have the same ambitions for their children that you have? Do you not think that your children and their children share the same concerns for economic security, for physical security, for health security? Do you not think we are all the same, regardless of color? That's what he was saying.
Dorian, I agree with both of you. I think he was rambling, and I think that's a good thing, because I think he's finally unleashed and free to be himself, as Mike said, to be closer to himself that many of us have known, but that he's been constrained to be in the White House. This is the moment where I think Friday we will see the path forward. That interview was the first moment he was unleashed to, more so than he's been at any moment in his presidency.
Yeah, I'll watch the whole thing again.
Yeah.
And
yes, you review.
So let's turn now to